each and every one of us. I'm quite glad to know that each of you is doing all right as we get to start this lesson that I've prepared for us. Now, first of all, let me just give a quick introduction. My name is Frederick. I am Lehrer Fred. And I would like to invite you to please go ahead and like this video. And please feel free to also share below which level are you currently doing? Are you in A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, etc. Feel free to share below which level you're currently in. And also, I invite you to share with us where you exactly are tuning in from, right? Because today there's a topic I've picked for us, and this is going to be in connection to whether it is sprechen, schreiben, etc., right? The topic being Verben mit Präpositionen. That is Verben mit Präpositionen. All right? I get somewhere to write because I believe by the end of this lesson, you will be in a position to use various verbs and their prepositions, right? I can see this Ayodele Olusegun, currently stating in A2.2. Wunderbar. Do also share where you're also tuning in from. As I say, welcome to those of you who are just tuning in. Feel free to share where you are tuning in from this evening. Now, as I say, this topic is going to be essential, especially for sprechen and even schreiben. For those who don't know me, this is Lehrer Fred speaking to us. I'm normally a big proponent that sprechen is going to be essential for you, not just for exam purposes, but also in your day-to-day conversations, right? As you're learning the German language, you realize sprechen is not only essential for exams, but also in the day-to-day conversations that you will be having when you travel over there, right? That is Ayodele tuning in all the way from Reutlingen. Willkommen. All right. So let's go ahead then. I will be listing some phrases for us, and then we will be using them in sentences to help in sentence structure, right? So let's go ahead then. I can see Ezekiel tuning in from Aachen. All right. Willkommen, right? So here is our first phrase. As I said, this phrase I would recommend later on when you're doing your own studies, kindly attempt using them in sprechen and even in schreiben, right? So here we go. My first example I've been given is warten. Now, just like in English, there are going to be specific verbs that will require specific prepositions, right? So this warten means to wait. Normally goes with auf. Warten auf, and this one is always plus accusative. Warten auf, which is plus accusative, right? Now, this one means to wait for. Kindly note, warten auf. This one means to wait for. Okay? Maybe you want to say, I am waiting for the bus. I am waiting for the bus. Now, I will simply say, Ich warte. Now, this is not a separable verb, right? So you should now say, I am waiting for the bus. Ich warte auf den Bus. Look at that. Normally it is plus accusative, right? And that's why I say auf den Bus. I am waiting for the bus. Now, how will you say, we are waiting for Peter? We are waiting for Peter. So you know very well we, which is wer. Now I will take this as my example, and then I will give you guys also another one to try, right? We are waiting for Peter. Wir warten, all right, auf, we are waiting for Peter. We are waiting, wir warten auf Peter. Wir warten auf Peter. All right. Now, how would you say, but Maria is waiting for the teacher, right? How would you say, Maria is waiting for the teacher? Let's see. Maria is waiting for the teacher. Right. Now, first of all, Maria is a she, right? And a is S. So if I want to say Maria is waiting for the teacher, how would you say it? Now you proceed. Maria, right? Maria is waiting. And then you conjugate the Vaten. And the is S now becomes Maria wartet, right? Maria, now I conjugate it. Wartet, right? And then for the teacher, auf den Lehrer. There we go. Maria wartet auf den Lehrer. Maria is waiting for the teacher, right? Right. I would like you to try and say it in German, yeah? I can see Ayodele almost got it, but try to say it in German, right? Okay, let's go ahead and see the second sample. So remember, warten auf. Don't say warten für. Now, here's the second one. Now, the other phrase is sprechen. Sprechen. Now, there are those verbs which will go with the two or more prepositions, right? Like, for example, sprechen goes with mit, which is plus dative, kindly indicate. Sprechen mit, which is plus dative. The same sprechen also goes with über, which is now plus accusative. So sprechen mit, it is plus dative, and then sprechen über, which is now plus accusative. Lydia, hello to you too. Willkommen, right? Sprechen über, speak about. So this sprechen mit, the first one, it means speak with. To speak with, right? And then the über, which is now to speak about, kindly note. So either it is sprechen mit, speak with, and then sprechen über, which is now to speak about. Guys, I encourage you to like this live. Feel free to share also with your friends who are also learning German. Oh, and by the way, also feel free to share which level you're currently in. Are you in A1, A2, B1, B2? Feel free to share below. So, sprechen mit, sprechen über. Let's now see some sentences, examples, just to clarify that further, right? So I'm about to say, but I am speaking with my father. How would you say, I am speaking with my father? Krishna wants to translate. Krishna, you want to say, I am talking to my brother. Well, we're about to say that, yeah? I am speaking with my father, right? So I am speaking with my father. Now it simply becomes ich spreche. Now notice how we conjugate also, right? I am speaking with my father. Ich spreche, there we go. Ich spreche mit, right? Ich spreche, that is mit, so I'm speaking with my brother. Somebody's called it. Portugalia, hello to you too. Ich spreche mit meinem Dativ. Remember, it is sprechen mit plus Dativ. So, ich spreche mit meinem Bruder. Ich spreche mit meinem Bruder. I am speaking with my brother. Be careful that this one here is changed to Dativ, right? Ich spreche mit meinem Bruder. All right? Dativ. Now, how about you say, she is speaking with you. She is speaking with you. I'm seeing someone tuning in all the way from Nigeria, all the way from Europe. Feel free to share below where you're tuning in from and also which level you're currently in. So how would you say, she is speaking with you? The person who scores it, we should give them a shout out, right? We'll read the first correct answer as we also give them a shout out. How do you say, she is speaking with you? She is speaking with you. Noting that the mit is plus dative, right? She is speaking with you. Somebody's trying. She is speaking. I don't know why it is translating. Let me see. Krishna says, sie spricht mit dir. That is now correct. Sie spricht mit dir. I'm going to pin the message from Krishna who scored it. Sie spricht. Why is my YouTube translating? Could somebody help me remove that translate? I don't know why it's putting. But the first person who has scored it correctly is now from Krishna. He says, sie spricht mit dir, right? Sehr gut. So she's speaking with you. Now, of course, you can either put it in the informal or formal setup, so that the first answer I've seen from Krishna is, sie spricht mit dir. Now, if you used dir is correct, or you can also use ihnen, which is also still correct, right? So, sie spricht mit dir, or sie spricht mit ihnen. That is still okay. Right? Okay, let's go ahead and see some other example. So I've seen warten auf, there's sprechen, über. Now, another example that we have, remember we're mentioning those commonly used verbs and their respective prepositions, right? Now, the other one that I have here is sich beschäftigen mit. Just copy down. This is number 3. So number 3 I have is sich. Now, as you copy, please indicate the case, right? The case specifically. So, sich beschäftigen, sich beschäftigen. Now, in Sprechen, they normally pay very close attention to your pronunciations, right? I would recommend from your end, try pronouncing them out aloud, all right? One of the bestest ways one can practice in speaking is always speaking out aloud. You could send out voice notes. It helps you get used to speaking, right? So, sich beschäftigen mit. And this one is always plus dative. Look at that. Sich beschäftigen mit. Right? Sich beschäftigen mit. All right? To be busy with. Okay? Let's put in bracket. This now means to be busy with. To be busy with. Okay? Or to be occupied with. Maybe I want to say, maybe I want to say that we are busy with the exam. Now using the phrase, sich beschäftigen mit. We are busy with the exam. Now notice that we've said it's mit plus dative, right? Sich beschäftigen mit. Somebody is asking about the app. Guys, don't worry. At the end of the lesson, I will give you all the apps and also some of the detailed videos you could use to help with speaking, right? At this point, I encourage you to like this video. Please share with your friends who are also learning German, and feel free to also subscribe to the channel, right? So, to be busy with, you have to say, we are busy with the exam. How do you say? We are busy with the exam. We are busy with the exam, right? Somebody has tried. Let me read from Krishna. Krishna is doing very good. Krishna said like this, that is Krishna Moore. Wir beschäftigen uns mit der Prüfung. I'm going to pin the message from Krishna so that people check it out. Krishna, that was nicely brought, right? So the answer you've given us is this. You've said, wir beschäftigen. Look at that. This is the answer I've been given by Krishna, correct? Wir beschäftigen. Right? Now, because it's a reflexive verb, look at this, sich beschäftigen, right? Wir beschäftigen uns mit der Prüfung. Wir beschäftigen uns, right? And then the preposition mit der Prüfung. There we go. Wir beschäftigen uns mit der Prüfung. We are busy with the examination. Right? Let me also read from Lydia. Lydia says, wir beschäftigen uns. Now, Lydia, you almost caught it. Where you missed the point is here. Now, because the Prüfung is feminine, that's why we say mit der. Because the mit is pathetic, right? So, mit der Prüfung. Okay? Lydia, you almost caught it. Just the issue of the article. All right. So anyways, that was also nicely brought out. I see most of us are very good with Sprechen, yeah? The spellings, the etc. Guys are doing great. Let's continue. So you've seen warten, sprechen, sich beschäftigen. Let's go ahead and list also some other phrases. Now, the next one that I have here is to, let me use sich beschweren. Sich beschweren. Now, this is the fourth one. Number 4. The verb is normally sich beschweren. Get the spelling correctly. Beschweren. To complain. It is also a reflexive type. Sich beschweren über. This one goes plus accusative. There we go. Sich beschweren über. What does it mean? This is simply to complain about. To complain about. There we go. Sich beschweren über. To complain about. All right. Now notice it is also a reflexive verb. Sich. Now it seems like most of us are currently in A2. From the replies I've gotten so far, most of us are indicating they're in A2. Those of us in B1, right? Etc. etc. Nice. So, sich beschweren über. There's an example that has been given from Turgay. Turgay says like this. Let's read the example. You say that ich beschwere mich über diese Sendung. I'm complaining about this program. All right. So how do I say we are complaining about? So we are complaining about, let's say, the party. We are complaining about the party. How do you say that? Noticing that or noting, it is a reflexive sich. Sich beschweren über. We are complaining about the party. How would we say? We are complaining about the party. Somebody's taking it. So, because it's reflexive, therefore it has to also indicate that in the conjugation. So I should say, wir. So we are complaining about the party. Wir beschweren. Wir beschweren. Now it's a reflexive verb, so now I indicate the uns. Wir beschweren uns, right? And then über. Wir beschweren uns über die Party. Wir, okay, look at that. Wir beschweren uns über die Party. Now you realize, as I said, that this topic will first of all need me to know articles. In a moment, I want to test and see if you truly know your articles, right? Krishna said, okay, let me see. Ayodele, you say, Olusegun, I am complaining about the party. You said, let's see, ich beschwere mich über meine Wohnung. I am complaining about my apartment. Let me also read from Krishna, says like this, wir beschweren uns über die Party, correct? All right, and you can see die Party, feminine. Wir beschweren uns über die Party. Right, I've noticed some people have a problem with the articles. Let me just take a quick one to test your articles. I want to give you some 3 strong nouns. Please don't check on the dictionary, right? Kindly do not check in the dictionary. Let's see if we can say the article for these words, right? Now, the first one that I have for you is, are we ready? People are not ready. Are we ready? Don't use the dictionary, right? The first one I have for you is tour. Guys, not cheating. Don't check. Tour. Do you think tour is der, die, or das? Yeah. A speed test. Tour. Do you think Tour is der, die, or das? No checking, guys. I can see you from the end. Tour. Would you give it der, die, or das? Turgayas answered, says D. Turgay scored this, right? I would give Turgay a take there. That is correct. Detour. Lydia has also scored it, saying detour. Correct. So it is detour. For those who answered with the D, correct. Let's get two more, and then we begin. The next word you've been given here, not checking. I can still see you from your end. Do not check. How about, no, this one is too easy. What do you know? Okay, how about ua? You've been given ua. Would you give it der, die, or das? Ua. Is it der, die, or even das? Is it der, die, or das? Ua. I can see Turgay is good with articles, right? Let me pin Turgay's comment. I can see that you're very good with articles. So you've given us the answer by saying it is D. So ua is also D ua. Correct. All right. Krishna, did you score it? Let's see how you said it. Let me see. How did Krishna answer? Okay, Krishna supports by saying D. How about Olusegun? Also D. Correct. Okay. I see then we are very good with articles. Okay, let me find a nice one, another one, and then we continue with the topic we are on, right? How about Kindergarten? Kindergarten. You realize in German, when you join two or more words, the article of the last word becomes the article for the entire word. Now, this one has been answered with the Lydia. Lydia, no, that is not it. That is incorrect. How about Ayodele? You say like this. No, that is incorrect. That is also incorrect from Ayodele. No one has scored it. Okay, let's also see from Krishna. Krishna says, that is it. The first person who has scored that one is Krishna, and the answer given is there. Kindergarten is der. It's masculine, right? Der Kindergarten. It is. Notice that most nouns ending with en and have not been formed from verbs are masculine. Der Garten, der Wagen, der Boden, and so on and so forth. So anyways, let's go ahead. We're on the fourth one. I believe you've mastered them, right? Warten auf, sprechen mit oder über, sich beschäftigen mit. All right, let's go ahead. Number 4, you said sich beschweren über, to complain about. All right, here's my fifth example. Sich interessieren. I believe you're copying them down, right? I would like, but the next time you do your Sprechen examination or Schreiben, go ahead and use these phrases. It normally gives you bonus points. You know, in exams, when you use such phrases, it makes your sentences look more advanced, right? I would recommend you use them. It makes your sentences stand out. So the next example I've been given here is sich interessieren. Get the spelling correctly. Don't confuse with interessant. There is interessant, but this one is interessieren. Right? Sich interessieren. And it goes with für. Sich interessieren für. This one goes with accusative. Now, you realize in this topic that sometimes when you join verbs and prepositions, they tend to lose their original meanings, right? So, sich interessieren für, which is plus accusative. It means to be interested in. Sich interessieren für. This one simply means to be interested in. All right. To be interested in. Sich interessieren für. All right. Sich interessieren für. To be interested in. Now, don't confuse with interessant. All right. Let me just dwell here for a moment. There are these three words that most of us tend to confuse, right? There's the interessant. Most of us know this one. So this is interessant. All right. And then there's Interesse. Get the spelling? Right? Interesse. And then the other one that I have is sich interessieren. Let's see the difference in the spelling and in the meanings. Look at that. Right? So, interessant now is interesting. Interessant. That means interesting. Right? But Interesse now is interest. Okay, just indicate in bracket. Interessant, this is interesting. Interesse now means interest. Okay. And then the sich interessieren now is to have an interest in. etc., right? That is the difference between the following. Don't confuse them. There is also, yes, somebody has reminded me one. Turgay says, there is Interesse haben an. That is also another example. So, sich interessieren für, to be interested in. I want to say, I am interested in sports. How do you say? I am interested in sports. I am interested in sports. I would like you to attempt. I am interested in sports. Now, if I'm to translate that, I simply take the ich and then I conjugate my verb, noting that it is also a reflexive verb, right? So, ich interessiere mich, right? Let me see how somebody has said it. Turgay says, ich interessiere mich für Sport. Correct. That is now the suitable answer. Ich interessiere. That is from Turgay's side. Turgay, which level are you currently in? I see you're very good with the conjugations and the tenses. Krishna is also doing very great. Krishna, which level are you currently in? You guys, Krishna, Turgay, and also Lydia. I see you guys are doing very nice work. Which level are you currently in? Right, so I am interested in sports. The answer given that you've said is ich interessiere, right? Mich. Ich interessiere mich, right? And then, oh, Lydia is in B1. Okay, I see. Kann is also in B1. Okay. Krishna, A2. Krishna, you're in A2, but you're doing very good. I see you have the potential of going very far with it. Keep at it, right? Practice. You definitely are going to become one of the best in it. So you said, ich interessiere mich für Sport. Ich interessiere mich für Sport. I am interested in sports. Okay, let's make it a bit complicated, right? Let's go ahead and ask a question. We now want to ask it in form of a question. Are you interested? Are you interested in the movie? You can either use the Z form or do form. We want to ask, are you interested in the movie? How do you say that? Are you interested in the movie? Now maintaining the same phrase, but now we're asking it in form of a question. Now you can do it either in the Z form or in the do form. You are allowed. So I want to ask somebody, excuse me, are you interested in the movie? Are you interested in the movie? Let's go ahead and see. Are you interested in the movie. Now, we know very well when asking questions, we now begin with verb, right? So now I'll begin with my verb and ask you, interessieren. Look at that. Now the word order changes. Interessieren, right? Sie sich. Interessieren Sie sich, right? In the movie. Für. Interessieren Sie sich für den Film? All right. Interessieren Sie sich für, and then it's accusative, den Film, accusative, right? Now there's another answer that has been given from Turgai, but in the do form. So because you've given in the do form, now the conjugation changes. Now Turgai has said interessierst. Look at that. Interessierst du, that is if I use the do form, right? Interessierst du dich? Be careful with the reflexive. Interessierst du dich, all right, für den Film? Interessierst du dich für den Film? Are you interested in the movie? Sehr gut, sehr gut. Now, guys, you realize it's more or less about word order. Once you get comfortable, German, by the way, is purely about word order. Once you are able to juggle around the word orders correctly, whether it's a question or a statement, you are already on your way to becoming a master, whether it's passion. It's all about practice continuously. Have you seen that you do something over and over and over again, right? Until it becomes a part of you. That is how one gets to master expression, by the way. I like telling people, keep doing it again and again. You can imagine if you speak today, tomorrow, again, for the next 2-3 weeks, you definitely become a master in the speaking part, right? Oh, guys, I've shared some information in the description. Kindly check it out for those who want full video sessions, A1, A2, B1, B2. I've made a full playlist of the A1, A2, B1, and B2, right? In the description below, share in the website, and then you'll also be able to get detailed classes from there, right? So anyways, let's go ahead and see some other quick example. Still using this one. You want to ask somebody, in the future, will you be interested? Now, we're still using this. Now, I want to ask in future, will you be interested in the meal? Now, I have introduced something here. There's this word we use when forming the future, right? The word normally is werden, to mean will, right? Werden, which is will. So we now want to use the same phrase in asking somebody, will you be interested? Will you be interested in the meal? How do you say that? Will you be interested in the meal? Now we're asking in future, right? Will you? Now, because I've introduced the will, which behaves like a modal verb, right? You only conjugate the will, and then this other verb has to come at the end as an infinitive, right? So let's begin in the Z form. Will you be interested in the meal? Now to begin with the werden, right? Werden Sie, look at that. Will you be interested? Werden Sie sich, it's a reflexive verb. Werden Sie sich für, werden, as I said, be careful with the word order. So, werden Sie sich für das Essen, Meal, Essen, right? Werden Sie sich für das Essen interessieren? Werden Sie sich für das Essen interessieren? Will you be interested in the meal. Now, of course, if we do it in the do form, now this was in the Z form. Of course, I saw somebody do it in the do form. You would now say, wirst du. Wirst du dich. Wirst du dich für das Essen, wirst du dich für das Essen interessieren? Will you be interested in the meal? Etc., right? So anyways, that was the fifth verb and its preposition. All right, I believe you are copying them down. As I said, when you'll be doing your expression, feel free to spice them up. Whether you're using modal verbs, whether you're using etc., it makes your sentences stand out. All right, etc. And I would like that by the time you're going to do exams, you have very advanced sentences. This is one of the secrets many people normally don't use, using the topic which is the Verben mit Präpositionen, right? Okay, I want to give you some few more examples in conclusion, right? I will use a separable verb. Number 6, let's see some other example for verb, which is a separable. This is number 6. To participate in. There's this phrase, to participate in, and the phrase is teilnehmen. Teilnehmen, normally it's a separable verb. Teilnehmen, it goes with an. Teilnehmen an, and this is plus dative. Look at that. Teilnehmen an, which is plus dative. Now do note that this is a separable verb. Normally when we use in a sentence, we separate the teil and the nehmen. A separable verb, right? Teilnehmen. It goes with an. So the meaning of this simply means to participate in. To participate in. All right? So an example here, you want to say, I am participating in the sport. This I want to give someone to try. Who is taking this? I can see to the guy, Krishna, Sandy, willkommen, yeah? Lydia, who is taking this? I am participating. I want to see how you'd say this. Now notice this is not a reflexive one, yeah? So this doesn't have the, zich. It is not reflexive, right? So guys, who is taking this? I want to give somebody a shout out, the one who scores it correctly. I am participating in the sport. I am participating in the sport. Everybody has suspected themselves. Nobody is sure with this. I am participating in the sport. Seems like this one is heavy for many people, right? Many people have doubted themselves in this one. Let's see. I am participating in the sport. So I would say something like this. Ich. Now, noting that it's a separable verb, remove the tile, which I will put at the end, and then conjugate the nehmen, right? So, ich nehme, right? Somebody tried it. Let me see. That is Krishna. Now, Krishna almost scored it. There's only one part that Krishna missed, but you almost scored it, right? I will give you a hand. That was nicely brought out. How about I read also from who? Nuha. Nuha has said like this. Let me read from Nuha. Ich teilnehme. That is incorrect. Krishna says, not sure about the article. Okay. Let me see also from Ayodele. Ayodele, you say like this. That. Okay, let me see. Ayodele, not yet sure. Okay. Right. So I am participating in the sport. Now you'd say, ich nehme, right? And then an, Lydia. Let me see from Lydia's side. Ich nehme mit dem Sportteil. No, that is also incorrect, right? So I would now say, ich nehme an. So because it's plus dative, Sport normally is der Sport, right? Normally it is der Sport. So we change it to dative, now becomes dem. So ich nehme an dem. Dative masculine, right? An dem Sport. And then at the end, now you have the separable prefix Teil. Look at that. So now say ich nehme an dem. Now this is why most people missed. It's dative, right? And the Sport is masculine. So ich nehme an dem Sport teil. I am participating in the sport. All right. Now let's make it in the form of a question. You want to ask somebody using the modal verb would like. So you want to ask, would you like? All right. We're now asking with a modal verb. Would you like to participate? Would you like to participate in the sport? Now we are asking it in the form of a question. Let's ask it in the Z form. Let's ask it in the Z form. Would you like to participate in the sport? Who is taking this? Would you like to participate in the sport? Now, as you're forming it, do note that you are now using a modal verb, right? So because you're using a modal verb, there has to be some things also affected, right? Would you like to participate? Would you like to participate in the sport? Now, in form of a question. Don't use würden. We're now using the möchten. Okay, I will give us some few seconds to attempt. Would you like to participate? Yeah, I can see there's an attempt from Krishna. Wollen Sie an dem Sport teilnehmen? Right. I'm going to pin the message from Krishna, who has scored it the first one. I've pinned the message from Krishna. Let's just check the answer from Krishna. That was a nice one. Wunderbar. Okay. I see. Krishna is very good with sentence structuring. That is going to be a very good strength for you if you maintain the same, especially in schreiben, right? That was nicely brought. So whether you used wollen and möchten, that is correct. So would you like? The answer given here is wollen. I can choose to use wollen. Now wollen means to want or like would like, right? So whether you say wollen or möchten, right? Wollen or even möchten Sie, right? An dem Sport, möchten Sie oder wollen Sie an dem Sport, in the sport, and then at the end, teilnehmen. Look at that. Möchten Sie oder wollen Sie an dem Sport teilnehmen? All right. I will also read another response from Ayodele, who says like this, that würden Sie, yes, there's this other one which is würden, as brought out by Ayodele or Luseko. You say that würden Sie. Now, if you use würden, please ensure that the teilnehmen comes at the end. Würden Sie gern an dem Sport teilnehmen? Now, for those of you who've used würden, you should have something like this. Würden Sie gern, right? Würden Sie gern an dem Sport, würden Sie gern an dem Sport teilnehmen? There we go. Würden Sie gern an dem Sport teilnehmen? Would you like to participate in the sport, right? That was nice, Ayodele. How about Lakrina? Lakrinosa says, würden Sie gern am Sport teilnehmen? Now we want to use wollen. The würden already means would, right? And then the gern, which is now the like. Würden Sie gern, right? etc. Nice. Guys, I'm impressed by the way you are able to form statements. As I've said, and as I've told you guys, once you get comfortable asking questions, that is how you get to improve. Do you know, by the way, that Sprechen and Schreiben is more or less about, are you able to ask questions? Are you able to reply? etc. Somebody is asking, why not Warum nicht wurden? Yeah, wurden is okay. The wurden is okay, yeah? That is also correct. Wurden is correct. All right, that was the sixth one. Let's see another one, commonly used. Sich entschuldigen für. Number 7, just copy down. The phrase is sich. Now this is a reflexive one, yeah? Sich entschuldigen. Sich entschuldigen, right? Now this one goes with fewer. Sich, no, somebody, like, you know, say, würden Sie wollen? Now, if you know, würden means would, and then wollen is to want, yeah? Now, we don't translate directly by saying, würden Sie wollen? That would be direct translation, right? So, würden, which is would like, and then the gern, in that case, to like, yeah? So, wollen is different. Don't combine them, yeah? So, sich entschuldigen für. Sich entschuldigen für, and this one goes with accusative. Look at that. Sich entschuldigen für. All right. Now, this has a couple of meanings, right? The case file channel, hello to you too. Sich entschuldigen für. This can mean to apologize for. Sich entschuldigen für. To apologize for. All right. There is also Entschuldigung, that is different. Entschuldigung, that is different. Excuse me, right? But this sich entschuldigen für, this is to apologize. That one is a noun, right? Entschuldigung is a noun, it's different. All right. So I can see an example has been given from Lacrinosa. Lacrinosa says like this: Ich entschuldige mich für die Störung. This is an example from Lacrinosa, correct? Ich entschuldige mich für die Störung. I apologize for the interruption. All right. Now, how do you say we apologize? We apologize for the mistakes, plural. We apologize for the mistakes. Now, that is in plural. How do you say it? We apologize. Now, we are now using plural, right? We apologize for the mistakes. Let's see. Noting that it is sich, right? So I would go ahead. We apologize for the mistakes. Now you should begin by saying wer, right? Now this is not a separable verb, right? Somebody has attempted it. Wir entschuldigen uns. This is from Lacrinosa. I'm going to pin. Nice. Right. Lacrinosa. Which level are you currently in? Do also share. I've seen from Krish. I've also seen from Lydia. And also now. Go ahead. So you've said, wir entschuldigen uns. Let's get the answer. Wir entschuldigen. Right? Wir entschuldigen uns. Let me read it from Krish. Krish has said, wir entschuldigen uns. Correct. Wir entschuldigen uns. Right? Für. Now, because it's plural, and you know very well that in plural, we tend to use the article die, right? Ratchaspal, hello to you too. So, wir entschuldigen uns für die Fälle. Entschuldigen uns für die Fälle. We apologize. Wir entschuldigen uns für die Fälle. We apologize for the mistakes, plural. Okay, etc. All right then. Now there's this other one also. Now there's sich entschuldigen für, and then there's this number 8, which is bitten Look at this one here. Bitten. Now I know you know of bitte. All right. I know you know of bitte. Bitte is please, right? But then there's this bitten with an N. All right. Now, bitten goes with Bitten, which goes plus accusative. Bitten, which now goes plus accusative. Now, this means to request for. To request for. Now, be careful not to confuse with the bitte. I'm not referring to bitte, right? Now, bitte is please, right? But now this other one is bitten, which is a request for. Now, there's an example that has been given by Righteous Pal. Let's read the example from Righteous Pal. Ich bitte dich Hilfe. This is from Righteous Pal. You say, Ich bitte dich Hilfe. I am requesting you for help, right? How about we are requesting them, right? We are requesting them for money. How do you say that? We are requesting them for money. Remember the phrase is bitten request for it. We are requesting them for money. Let's see how we say it. We are requesting them for money. You've said, wir bitten sie. This is from Righteous Pal. I'm going to pin the comment. So this is how you've said, wir bitten sie for money. Of course, we would include das or just remove Geld. Das Geld. We are requesting them. Wir bitten sie das Geld. We are requesting them for money. Let me also read from Krish. Wir bitten sie das Geld. That is also from Krish, Krish's side, yeah? Sehr gut, sehr gut. Right, as I said, guys, today I'm very impressed. You guys are giving out very nice sentences. And as I said, when you'll be doing your Sprechen or Schreiben exams, get to use these phrases. They tend to make your sentences look very detailed and also advanced, right? I want to add you one last one as we conclude. I want to give us the last phrase and then we will conclude there for tonight, right? Now, let's use this one here, which is to dream of. This is our last example. To dream of. Now, the phrase to dream of normally is träumen. Now, here also people make mistake with the pronunciation. Now, you can see the A has an umlaut. Anytime you will see an A umlaut and a U, you pronounce as oi. Don't say traumen. This is pronounced as träumen. The A umlaut U in German is pronounced as oi, right? Träumen. Oi, right? It's the same as heute, right? Heute, and so on and so forth. So this träumen goes with the von. Träumen von, which is plus dative. Träumen von, which is now plus dative, right? Now I can see some good examples have been given from Righteous Pal says, ich träume von Urlaub. Barthe says, guten Abend. Okay, guten Abend to you too. Lacrinosa you say, ich träume davon, I dream of it, darf Lehrer zu werden. Sehr gut, that is from Lacrinosa. Someone says, the R is silent. Yes, no, the R is pronounced. Normally, by the way, just a quick one, the German R comes from the back of the throat, right? You realize in English we say r, ready, correct, right? But in German, the R comes from the back of the throat. R, träumen, richtig, korrekt, korrigieren, right? Rariera, etc. The best way to practice the German R is like somebody who is gargling an amount of water. Rariera, richtig, korrekt, and so on and so forth, right? So träumen von, to dream of. To dream of. to dream of, or sometimes even to dream about. All right. So maybe I want to say, Peter is dreaming of his vacation, right? Peter is dreaming of his vacation. How do you say that? Peter is dreaming of his vacation, right? Now, Peter is under ASES. Now, of course, we said you have to conjugate based on the person, right? So I just say Peter, right, träumt. Peter, now you can see the A umlaut U makes the pronunciation becomes oi, träumt. Peter träumt von, right? Peter träumt von seinem Dativ, right? Peter träumt von seinem, and then Urlaub. Peter is dreaming of her vacation. All right, etc, etc. Right, guys. So that was those are some of the vocabs I would recommend you use. Ayodele says Peter träumt von seinem Urlaub, which is correct. Someone says, I have to go. Ich muss los. Right, right. So those who are asking about the classes, we tend to have this live mostly Fridays, Thursdays, and even mostly over the weekend. Yeah. Kindly go ahead and subscribe. I will be making posts about our next live, right? I would also invite you to check the description. I've given all the details, our website, classes, etc, etc. Kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, and also turn on the bells so that anytime we go live, you don't miss any bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, das ist alles für heute. This was Teacher Fred speaking to us, Lehrer Fred. Tschüss, and I will also be seeing you in the next one, right? Let me say, nice weekend, schönes Wochenende. Enjoy yourselves, and I will be seeing you in the next lesson. Tschüss, tschüss. You guys have been very active. I enjoyed the class today, right? Keep up the good work, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.